Good morning, students. Today we will be completing rest of the chapter 1. The name of the chapter is Food. From where does it come from? In this video, we will discuss particularly about the food habits of animals and interdependence in nature. On the basis of food habits, animal categorize into three categories, that are producers, consumers, and decomposer. First of all, we will discuss the producers. These are the green plants which make their food by the process of photosynthesis by using sunlight, carbon dioxide from air, and water and minerals from the soil. They prepare their food. They are also called the autotrophs. Autotrophs means the organism who prepare their own food. Next is consumers. The animals depend upon plants and animals for their food requirement. These are called the consumer. Consumer means they consume other animals and plants as food. Consumer categorize animals according to their food habits as herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Next is decomposers. Decomposers are the organisms who feed on the dead remains of the plants and animals and add nutrients in the soil. These nutrients are again used by the plants. Now we will discuss the consumers in detail. Consumers are categorized into the three categories: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. First is herbivores. The word herbi means plants and vores stand for eater. So these are the plant eating animals which depend upon the plants and plants products for their food. For example, cow, buffalo, deer, goat, elephant, etc. Now, important features of herbivores. They have strong white blunt teeth which help them to easily grind the tough grass and leaves. Some herbivores like cow, camel, buffalo, etc. have a specialized stomach which is called as rheumatic stomach, which allow them to chew their already swallowed food for the second time. This helps them to digest the tough food matter like grass and absorb nutrients from it. You see that cow, buffalo, etc. chew their food which they have already swallowed. When they are free, they chew it again. Butterfly and hummingbirds are herbivores which have proboscis that allows the easily suck the nectar from the flowers. Proboscis means they have long coiled sucking tongue or tube-like structure which is called the proboscis. Proboscis. This proboscis help to suck the nectar easily. Next is some animals who feed on the nuts like squirrels have a pair of broad sharp edge front teeth in each jaw which help them to easily break the nuts. You see that the squirrels have the front two teeth are very sharp. Now next one is carnivores. The word carni means meat and the vore stand for eater. The animals that depend completely on the flesh of the other animals are called the carnivores. For example, lion, tiger, etc. Now we will discuss the important features of carnivores. Carnivores animals have powerful jaws with sharp pointed front teeth to firmly hold their prey. Their sharp claws help them easily tear off the flesh of the other animal. See in this picture, lion have very sharp teeth. Prey birds like eagle have sharp, curved and pointed beak to tear off the flesh of their prey. They use their claws to tightly hold the animals. Carnivores like frog, chameleon have a long and sticky tongue that allow them to catch the insect from a distance. Frog have very long tongue, so it can hold their prey from the distance. Carnivores, fish like shark, have many small sharp teeth that tear off the flesh of the animals into the small chunks. Next is omnivores. The word omni means all and vor stand for eater. This means omnivores feed on both plants and flesh of other animals. For example, human being, bear, crow, etc. Next is important features of omnivores. They have a specialized set of teeth that help them to feed on both plants and animals. Some omnivores like crow have a sharp and strong beak to eat their food. You see that the crow has very pointed beak. In addition to these categories of animal, there is a special category of animals, bird and organism, that is scavengers. The animals, birds and organisms that feed on dead plants and animals are called the scavengers. Scavengers feed on the dead plants and animals. Scavengers are our friends because they clean our environment by eating the flesh of dead animals and plants. For example, vulture. Vulture feed on the flesh of dead animals. Next is decomposer. Next category is decomposers. These are the organisms that feed on dead remain of plants and animals. These organisms are called the decomposer. For example, fungi and bacteria. Now we will discuss the food chain. All living things in nature depend on other living things for its food. All the living components of nature are linked to one another and forming a chain. This interlinking that exists in nature, in which all living things depend upon each other for their food, is called the food chain. See in this picture, there are the producers, which are green plants. These plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. During the process of photosynthesis, they used carbon dioxide from the air, water and minerals from the soil, sunlight from the sun. These producers are also called the autotrophs. Autotrophs are those who prepare their own food. These producers are again eaten by the herbivores like cow, deer, buffalo. See, there are deer. Herbivores are the animals. Those take their food from the producer only. They take only plants. Now these herbivores are again eaten by the carnivores. Carnivores are the animals. Those eat the flesh of the other animals for their food. For example, deer is eaten by the lion, tiger. These are the carnivores animal, lion, tiger, etc. Now, next one is omnivores. Similarly, omnivores take food from the producers and also from the herbivores. Now, omnivores take food both from the plants and animals. If these omnivores take food directly from the plants, they are called the primary consumer. But if they take their food from the herbivores, then they are called the secondary consumers. After the death of the all organism, either they are producer, herbivores, carnivores or omnivores. The decomposer decompose their dead bodies into the soil and add nutrients in the soil. These nutrients are again used by the producers, which are green plants. This shows that these producers again provide food to the other organisms. So all organisms depend upon each other for their food. Next is interdependence in nature. All organisms depend upon each other for their food. Every organism in food chain play a very important role. If any of them disappear due to the activities like deforestation, fishing, hunting, etc., it completely disturbs the balance of the nature. This affects the other dependent animals or may cause their death. So we should not disturb the balance of the nature and we should maintain the balance of the nature. I hope you understand all these topics. Thank you and have a nice day.